Okay, so this is a story I'll bet you have not heard because I didn't hear it. And I'm like constantly scanning for news and stuff. And I was like, wait, what? I found this in like a newsletter called Karina's newsletter on Substack that most people are not subscribed to. And I am not subscribed and following the Cradle.co. I probably should be, and we all probably should be, but Lebanon busted an extensive, dangerous Israeli spy network in Beirut. Really? Hey, how about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, two individuals who were detained in late December were found in possession of highly advanced espionage equipment. So, this is an exclusive story by the Cradle. It does not say who wrote it. It's the staff wrote it because probably the person that's breaking this did not want to get themselves in trouble and targeted by the people who would target them and blow them up. But let me blow this up a little bit so we can read it a little better. Sorry, probably bad phrasing. Come on, put reader mode on. Thank you. All right. According to this, an extensive Israeli espionage network, according to this Cradle, was discovered last year by authorities in the country, Lebanese newspaper Al Akhbar reported on March 21st. According to the report, parliamentary guards spotted a suspicious vehicle circling the residence of Parliament Speaker Habib Berri in Ain al-Tineh in late December. And I am butchering the pronunciation, I'm sure. After the car was stopped, an individual by the name of Muhyiddin H., who had been driving the vehicle, which was detained when a highly advanced espionage device and several mobile phones were found in his possession. Well, that's a little weird.
Is that one of those like spy butt plugs that they have all the gadgets in? Is that what they found?
Well,
I'm betting that's what they found.
Following their inspection, dozens of videos of what appeared to be a comprehensive mapping of the area.
Sure.
The individual was then handed over to the information branch of Lebanon's internal security forces, or the ISF. You're fucked. Where it was determined that that there was a suspicion of dealing with the enemy, Israel, in a dangerous and unprecedented manner. No, I really don't. Oh, goodness gracious. Spy butt plugs, please no. Please no.
What?
The report states that the person
caught... How else are you going to get your lockpicks and, laser watches into... I mean, this is what they use, people. Historically accurate. But anyway...
They talked about that in Pulp Fiction, I believe. Christopher Walken tells a story about that.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know if that one had a laser in it.
Your grandfather's watch.
A little different.
Your grandfather's watch.
Yeah.
I wore this uncomfortable hunk of air 7 years. And now here, I give the watch to you. Okay. Yes, kept in their prison locker. That's correct, Mastermind Hour. Ugh, gross. Okay. So.
I mean, look it up. Look it up if you want or don't.
The report states
the thing,
right, that Muhyiddin H. received $200,000, which is an unusually high sum for a small-scale espionage mission, indicating the seriousness.
Also reminds me of, speaking of serious, there was a spy thing that was literally a prosthetic testicle that contained like spy gadgets and whatnot.
Why? Why? Was he going to be Johnny Three Nut? Or were they going to replace one of his nuts with that one?
I didn't like it. You could look it up. It exists. Like it's like in the spy museum and whatnot. But it was like, essentially the idea was that that's not something you would like check. No one's going to like feel that and see if it's real or not. So these are the things that MI6 and the CIA did, and
Yes, the Christopher
You're
Walken
welcome.
scene, by the way, Bad Cookies, correct, was in Pulp Fiction. Christopher Walken sitting down with a young Bruce Willis explaining to him how he got his pocket watch. You just don't want to know what everybody in my family had to go through to get that watch.
Zed's dead, baby.
Zed is dead.
Zed's
But anyway, the report identified the second detainee as Hadi A, who had been working with Muhyiddin H. Both are experts in computer and communications engineering, or at least according to this report. Al-Akbar adds that the two provided the name of a fake U.S. company, Monolith, which is most likely a fraud for Israeli intelligence, claiming to have been contracted by it. Now, this is interesting. It said that they had gathered fake business. They had gathered, except they got $200,000 apparently. So it's not fake. It's real business once the money comes in, right? Once you start doing business, it's real business, but it's all fake business until then.
Yeah, that's right. That's all fake business.
Thank you, Tim Dillon. So Monolith, these guys, Al-Akbar said they had gathered intelligence on several areas in Beirut and in its southern suburbs, complementing the intelligence gathered by Israeli aircraft hovering over Lebanon and its capital every day. They were tasked with precise mapping of numerous areas, which Al-Akbar says was provided to the enemy, Israel. This mapping detailed streets, buildings, shop names, parked and moving cars, license plate numbers, and passers-by's faces, including 56,000 high-resolution photos found on Muhyiddin H's phone. What do you have 56,000 photos of faces? Okay. The two detainees...
56,000 photos?
Well...
Okay.
He must have children like I do. Because I have about...
I don't even think you have that much, bro.
I have about 56,000. Well, my kids will snap off 6 at a shot real quick. But...
Yeah. You crazy Dutch bastard.
Yes. The two detainees used highly advanced technological equipment, a system for scanning radio frequencies related to internet service providers, and the location of access points in homes, institutions, and public places. Where are they getting all this stuff from? Where? I gotta only wonder, where are they getting it from?
Oh no, what do we do?
As a result, the two detainees obtained the names and passwords of each Wi-Fi device in the area served, allowing them to determine the precise geographical location of connected users. That could be helpful. It was revealed in the report that one of the suspects mapped the street facing the apartment of Saleh al-Arouri, who is the top Hamas official who was assassinated by an Israeli drone strike in Beirut's southern suburbs on January 2nd, 2 weeks before the targeted killing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
In front of the investigating judge, the detainees denied prior knowledge that the company that contacted them could be linked to Israeli intelligence. Of course, plausible deniability. Despite this, one of the detainees admitted that he was suspicious of the job he was given, which he said could only benefit a foreign intelligence agency. But 200,000 is 200,000. Gamer, you absolutely should. Maybe we'll do a movie night one night. We'll watch Pulp Fiction. Maybe. Sure. Okay. Judge Fadi Sawan interrogated them and issued 2 preliminary arrest warrants after Judge Fadi Akiki's accusation of committing crimes of espionage for the benefit of a foreign country and obtaining information that must remain secret to ensure the integrity of the state, as well as harming the national security of the homeland. The penalty of which, of course, is a life sentence. They're fucked. According to Al-Akbar, no online traces were found of Monolith, and there was no information about its alleged CEO, John Tyler. Didn't we have a former president, Tyler, way back in the 1800s? I seem to recall.
Possibly.
Following initial investigations, the detainees said the company was developing digital mapping for virtual tourism. Because everybody just wants to visit downtown Beirut from the west.
Yeah.
The directors of
We're not
Monolith.
collecting highly accurate LiDAR data for nothing.
Nah. The directors of Monolith proposed projects to Muhyiddin for his company Acorn to update maps in Sri Lanka, Laos, Turkey, Egypt, Guinea, and Lebanon, he admitting that his company was near bankruptcy and needed the money. So they found some poor schlep that had some skills, made sure that he was desperate and broke, offered him a pile of money, and exploited the fuck out of him, and then rolled over on him. He claimed he didn't know how the information would be used, which he may or may not have, but how dumb can you be? The digital mapping and scanning project he was tasked with in Lebanon was between 21 and 23, was also revealed to have been carried out without a license. As if
they didn't have a license?
As if they would have issued well, do I have permission and license to map the entire fucking city for some rando unknown fucking person that's paying me money to? What do you think? Yep. Would they give him a permit?
Yep, totally. Otherwise they're anti-Semitic. They didn't do that.
The Al-Akbar report comes after several recent security incidents in Lebanon. In late February, Lebanon's resistance Hezbollah arrested 6 crazy Dutch bastard nationals in the southern suburbs of Beirut who were found with military-grade weapons and advanced equipment. Not good. That week, Hezbollah also detained a Spanish national in the Al-Kafat area in Beirut's southern suburbs. He was found filming and taking pictures with his mobile phone, for which he claimed to have been lost and needed to share location information with his friends to pick him up.
Yeah, who does that?
But during the interrogation, it was discovered that his phone contained an advanced program preventing access to the stored data.
Well, I mean, that's just smart to do.
Yes.
You have a phone.
Yes. The arrest came, yes, but if you're going to Lebanon and you're going to extensively photograph an area and turn on your location data, expect that they're going to want to look at that.
Yep.
The arrest came as part of added measures by Hezbollah security officials in response to increased Israeli and foreign intelligence efforts to collect information pursuing the assassination of Hezbollah cadres. So, I wanted to cover that story because Israel took an L while they are dealing, destructive, devastating blows all over the place to the Palestinian people. They're also, by the way, they bombed Lebanon and they also bombed Syria, or they bombed. They were bombing 3 countries effectively at one point. So they are really taking an aggressive stance. They want to retake the Golan Heights. Well, I believe they already have, and make sure that that's, secured. And there is talk of the original, them restoring the quote unquote original Israel, which would take up part of Lebanon and Syria, which was cut up at one point. Kamishwari Kate, welcome. How are you? There's a place at Larkspur Landing in Marin that sells $28 and $32 smoothies. Holy moly. Larkspur Landing. Oh my word.
Yeah, they were talking about the $5 smoothie.
Oh, because it's a $5 shake from yes, it's a $5. Yeah. I got a taste what a $5 shake tastes like. Yeah, dude. Well, now a $5 shake is cheap if you go to Five Guys, and we all know about Five Guys, but that's another story for another day. How we doing? All right.
Doing okay.
No, we're doing all right. We got one more story, and it's a funny one. And I don't know. I think we've done maybe one Trump story in the 2.5 years that we've been doing this show. But this one kind of maybe plays into everything we've talked about a little bit. Oh, that's funny, Reef. I can actually see the monitor. Okay, you can't see that because it's being blocked by the QR code. Weird. By the bond cam.
Okay.
Anyway,
Sure.
that's cool. In my screen. Fuck. Spies and Butt Plugs.
Okay.
Sounds like a great movie. Brown Eye. Yes, thank you. Oh fuck Google over on the Rumbles.
Yeah.
And Talking Wombat went over to both the Rumble and the Rockfin. We are, by the way, rockfin.com/INN, rockfin.com/IND Left News, rumble.com/C/Indie News Network, rockfin.com/INN. Like I said, you can also do that here and donate and support and subscribe at one of these places. We do put out weekly updates at our Substack, so you can support us for doing that. I gather that all week long, every live stream and every appearance from all dozen members of INN. And here's all the list of people that we really love and appreciate that have helped out and donated and supported independent media, because we need it more than ever.